Okay, so we've got some more news coming in, and this is from the DGCA, which on Saturday has issued an advisory to airlines on providing proper communication and in-flight catering services to passengers, as international flights are now going to spend longer airtime due to the Pakistani airspace being closed down. This advisory focuses on 5 main areas: pre-flight passenger communication, in-flight catering and comfort, medical preparedness and alternate aerodromes, customer service and support readiness, and intra-departmental coordination. All these details got to us from my colleague Payal Mehta, so I'm just going to go quickly across to her. Payal, yes, there was this concern. Of course, the economics of it is going to be your travel could possibly be expensive because of the higher fuel costs. But more than that, passenger comfort, passenger safety, Payal, is that going to be the main focus? But what about the fuel costs? Any kind of a kind of advisory regarding the prices of tickets also?
Well, I'm sure multiple rounds of meetings are taking place within various departments, given the fact that the finance ministry could be involved in this. The Ministry of Civil Aviation will also be taking into consideration as well. But, passenger safety and passenger comfort is going to be most important. And that's the reason passengers will be told in advance. One of the points in the advisory by the DGCA, which is the regulatory authority, tells you that there has to be effective communication to tell passengers what kind of extra time they'll be spending to make sure that they get enough food on board, because some of these flights are going to be long haul flights, and also to make sure that no inconvenience is caused and all communication remains open and transparent and timely as well. That's something which of course is going to be the priority number one as far as the government is concerned. Also, given the fact that there could be a medical emergency on board or something of that sort as well, and there is no way in which we want to actually use the enemy nation's airspace and make any requests whatsoever. That's been very, very clearly communicated. There's a lot of technicalities. Inter-department, ministries are talking on this as well. More details are expected to emerge, but for now, the regulatory authority has told all the airlines to take a considerate view and understand that this is a nation's issue, this is a national issue, and every single individual's contribution will matter, if you can put it out in as simple words as well. So the airlines also need to come on board and work towards the cause of the nation.
And also, Payal, I don't know how fair it is to ask at this point of time, but do you get a sense about some of the country travels which could be affected because of the Pakistan airspace closure?
Well, as of now, there is no indication like that, which has been given by the government of India in terms of any restrictions that are going to be put, Pallavi. But, there could be a possibility that longer time of the flights could be there because, if you remember when the Prime Minister came back from UAE, from Saudi, he did not take the Pakistani airspace as well, which clearly meant that his flight was possibly a little longer because it had to come through the Arabian Sea route as well. But India is going to be prepared for all of this, and they're going to keep their people prepared as well. So whether it's politicians in this country, whether it's the common man in this country, even for people who actually at one point in time spoke the pro-Pakistan language, they're also speaking one language that, India comes first and everything else comes secondary. It's a lot of, sentiment that the government right now understands that people are actually very, very emotional at this point in time. And they want one thing. They want the Indian government to actually teach Pakistan the lesson that nobody has taught them ever.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Thank you very, very much, Payal, for getting us all those details. The DGCA advisory keeping in mind the longer routes now because of the Pakistani airspace having been closed down.
The last hour. Anything can happen between the bells. But what happens during the last hour is what matters the most. The biggest market swings. A close-up look at what's driving them and how the investors are reacting. Watch the most seasoned market mavens guide you through the most important hour of the trading day. NSE Closing Bell. At these times, only on CNBC TV 18 and CNBCTV18.com.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.